Alright, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be installing a new cash can that I got off eBay. So the one that I had on the car was another eBay one that I purchased when I first got the car. I didn't really know that much about cash cans, and it's just a very simple design. It's just got the screw on the or the bolt, the drain bolt on the bottom, and that's it. You can't open it up. I'm pretty sure it's just a straight can with no filters, no nothing as far as it looks from the welds and everything. So we're going to upgrade that today, and the reason being is I noticed I do a lot of track, and I started getting a lot more spots on my back bumper. Now the car already runs rich as it is because that's the tune that I have on it, to be a little on the safer side. But it's spitting out a little more carbon and soot and oil, and I don't think the catch can's doing a proper job. So I decided to upgrade with this new eBay unit. Now let's do a little unboxing here. Now the cost of this was relatively inexpensive. I think it was like 30 bucks. So comes with all the necessary hardware. Here we have the actual catch can. There's it says catch can. There you go. It's also got a dipstick, which is a nice feature. You know, has your out, your in, although it probably doesn't really matter. And then you got your bolts that you take off here. You take this piece off, which is part of your mounting bracket, and then the top unscrews, and there's actually a filter inside. So I'm gonna open that up so you guys can see what it looks like. So with the magic of editing, I removed the bracket, which is just a couple of Torx. Unscrewed this, and this is what the inside looks like. So very basic, simple filter to help kind of like keep the gases and trap the gases so they don't, it's not just a simple design as they go in and it vacuums out. I might actually throw some steel wool, a very small layer of steel wool in there as well to help retain more of the oil so it doesn't get back out. Now it also comes with this hose. Now, if you ever buy one of these eBay kits, you should know right off the bat, this is garbage. Do not use this. So I have some proper oil hoses that will not collapse and will not bend, and are actually made for the PCV system. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my old one, button this back together, and then get it installed, and show you guys kind of what it looks like. Okay guys, so I'm sure you guys have seen this one on eBay from Vision Motorworks. So this is the very basic, simple design of this one. It's my old catch can that I'm going to be replacing. Now, it came with a vent, or it came with a plastic tube that was connected to the side, and it's just very simple plastic, and it really didn't do much. It's supposed to be like a level check, so you could see clearly like when it starts getting full. The problem is it gets all dirty and you can't really see the line regardless. So I ended up taking it off and just blocking it off with these bolts. Now, some oil already came out of the hoses, or out of the hole, the mounting points here, and it's pretty much full. So I'm just going to unscrew the bottom and empty this. Now I'd like to show you guys, but unfortunately I only have my two hands and I don't have a setup to show you guys how much is actually in there. But it's full, and that'll explain why I was getting all splatters on the rear of my exhaust, and we'll just go take a look at that in a second. So here's my girl. Now it might be a little hard to see, but it is running a tad on the rich side, which is fine. We have it set up that way, and there's like very light specks right now of oil and soot on the rear. Now, if I don't end up cleaning it up, it ends up getting much worse. So it's just a pain in the ass to get off the car and to try to keep it clean. So I just got to be more diligent as well to empty the catch can, and so should you guys. Mind you, mine will fill much more quicker than if anyone's just doing regular street driving. The car does see a lot of track use. and therefore if you are on the track a lot, whether it's drag racing or road racing, you have to be more diligent to empty the catch can. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go install the other one and then show you what the finished product looks like. Okay guys, so this is what the finished product looks like. So you have your PCV that goes into your in, out back to the manifold. There's a spot right here on the head that you could screw in, and I can't remember if that's a 10 mil bolt, but you'll see. You'll have it. These are 241 heads, stock heads, so you could bolt it right in there. I just have a bracket. I have my clamp, and that is it. So I'm just going to give it a wipe down and clean it up. The engine itself is dirty. I haven't detailed it yet, but it's done. So I'm very happy with that. That's what the finished product looks like, and I'll see how good it is. And I know some guys, especially in the racing world, what they do is they actually run 2 catch cans. Now, I don't know if I'm quite there to run 2 catch cans. I don't think it's required, but I'll see how this one's going to act, see if it works a little better, see how often I have to change it, and I'll decide if I really want to run a second catch can. Most likely you don't have to run a second catch can. 1 catch can should be good enough. It seems to be that catch can is slightly smaller than the one I have. That's the only downside. And now, depending on, again, how fast it fills up, we'll see. Because I have 2 or 3 more track events coming up, and I'll see how it's going to look like after I empty it after those events. Mind you, I haven't emptied this one since beginning of the race season. So it was sitting in there all summer, and it was pretty much full. That thing, this catch can right here, my El Cheapo one, was pretty much full, and it's just out of sight, out of mind. And you got to be in the habit of constantly changing every few events if you do any kind of road racing and that sort of thing. Same with your clutch fluid and all, all the stuff like that. For you guys who run on the streets, you probably don't have to check it that often, once a month, perhaps once every 2 months, depending on how much you drive. And it's just a little bit of peace of mind. It doesn't really hurt anything in the engine. It just really gets everything all dirty and stuff. That's what it really does. So again, if you don't have a catch can, you don't know what it's for, invest in one if you have an LS motor. It's across all the GM line, and it's not just GM or Chevrolet that suffers from blow-by. It's just for any car that has a PCV system. Some are better than others. So it's good to have a catch can installed to catch any extra oil that goes through as blow-by. Anyhow, this is it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. I'm not a big YouTuber. Subscribe, don't subscribe, like, don't like. I really don't care. If you have questions, ask. I'll try to help as much as I can. All right. Have a good day, guys.